Good morning, my dear students. Good morning, everybody. And today we will talk about the job analysis, and it's one of the duties of the human resource management. Job analysis. It's one of the main important functions of the human resource management work. So let's go to it and check out what we have here today. So we will analyze the work to be analyzed and designed, and we'll see the definition of the job analysis. So we have some definitions in the start itself, some definitions as example, what is the meaning of job? A group of related activities and duties, activities like you do every day, what you are doing, but day by day operating. You know what when you will go to your work, what are you doing at your work, how you will do the job, everything is very clear for you. So this is the related activities. Second point is the meaning of position. What do we mean by position? A position is a specific duties and responsibilities performed by only one employee. So a position is just done by one employee, one worker only can do it. Okay. The specific duties and responsibilities means, as example, you will do this, you will do this, you are responsible about this point, you are not responsible about this point, and at the same time, every responsibility is having authorities as well as we know. So the more the responsibilities, the more the authorities given to make the job. So those are the meaning of the duties and responsibilities. Duties, the tasks which you have to do. Responsibilities are what are you responsible in doing the job, what you ought to do and what you ought not to do in the job. The work is a task of activities that need to be completed. So they are like almost like common, there are common parts or common ideas between all of them. The most common thing is that all of them, you have to be responsible about any of them. In the job, you are responsible. In the position, you are responsible. In the work, you are responsible. Rule, what about the rule? The part played by an employee within an organization and associated expected behavior. So, like we're doing rules, if I tell you now, okay, let's switch the rules, then you will be the teacher and I will be the student. This is the meaning of a rule, a part played by employee with an organization. It's fine. So let's see now, what is the manager's definition of work and the employee's role in defining the work? Manager is the primary individual who determines what work to be performed and in what order. So it's the main duty of the manager to check out the work and to see who will do this, when he will do this, how he will do this. So all these directions comes from the manager himself. Manager has an active role in determining skills and abilities needed to successfully perform work. Yes, the way you will do the job. So the manager is responsible about showing you how to do the job. Employee contributes by providing information that may be known by the person doing the job. Your responsibility as employee, the employer is the manager, employee is the worker. So again, employer is the manager, while employee is the worker. So what? So here, you as an employee, as a worker, have to give information. You have to give an information about anything belong to the work, which maybe the manager do not know anything about, does not know anything about it. So it's your own, still your own responsibility to carry on and anything. As example, you have one of the machines is broken. You are working on a machine or a computer and it's not working well. So it is your responsibility to inform your manager about any breakdown, about any problems facing you at work. This info will help him to make a decision back, and he will come back with a decision to solve it, but not just to hide it or keep silent or wait. This is the meaning of the sentence. Now we'll come to a very important point, which is job analysis. And this is one of the main important jobs for the human resource management. So what is it about? Process of obtaining information about jobs. by determining the duties and tasks and activities and skills, knowledge, and abilities associated with the job. So look at this now. Obtaining information about the job, determining duties, tasks, right? And activities and skills, knowledge, and abilities associated with the job, all belonging to the job. It's included in the job analysis. The job analysis will never leave any specification, should not be described, because it means the content of the job. I just want you to follow this, to watch this video now. It's about the job analysis. So I will give a time to watch the video. Then we will come back and answer on the following questions. The first question, what do we mean by job analysis? You don't need to submit these answers for me, guys. No, you just watch the video, answer these points in your notes, take notes and answer it by writing down. And then that's enough. And why job analysis is considered of a vital importance? Because I told you it's the job, the contents of the job. That's why it's important. It's the whole contents of the job. That's why it's important. Search for differences between job design and job analysis. Now we will move on to another point. The point is, what is the difference between the job analysis and the job design? If there is any difference, please look for me for the differences. You can Google it, you can work on it on a video or something, just search, then tell me, write down the answers here. And we will negotiate in the next class on these answers, please. Okay? And there is a link between them. Of course, there must be a link between both of them because both of them are going on the unity of direction on the same way. So both of them will be related like. Let's go for the job analysis now and see what the meaning of job analysis. It is the main work, a pillar, you can say pillar of HRM. It's a main job. It's like the concrete in a building. It's the basics of the building. This is the job analysis I'm talking about. Job analysis. Okay. Its importance, accurate job information makes it easier too, because it will make everything easy on the next steps, which like recruiting and selecting the people. Once I have a job analysis, once I can recruit right, like once I can select people in the right way, because I have already the criteria. So the job analysis here represent the criteria which you will use for all the other jobs of the human resource, like selecting people, recruiting people, managing their performance. See, so it's the main standard, like it's a standard that you will put, you will set, and you will work on it. Manage performance, plan training and development, attended health and safety issue, compensate employees means the wages and the pays. Here it is, wages and the pays. Wages and pays. This is the meaning of compensation. Employees compensation means wages and pays. So this is another point which we talk about. And so without job analysis, you will not be able to do anything of these jobs. How I will perform the job analysis? Also still, when you interview the people, this is another point, questionnaire them, the work and the observation, everything depends on you have a chart of what this employee is doing. Do I have a criteria, like a rubric for a teacher? A teacher's example must have a rubric. The rubric will tell him, this question is divided into 4 parts, listening, writing, reading, understanding. Then each part I have criteria to estimate the student's level and how we perform. So that's the way it is here. It's the same thing. Let's go to the second point, next point, which is job description. Job description. How about the job description? A document that lists the tasks, duties, and responsibilities. This is there is a very thin thread line in between the job analysis and the job description. They are very similar to each other. Okay. A document that lists the tasks, duties, and responsibilities of a job to be performed along with the skills, knowledge, the abilities, the competences of the work itself. Okay. So what does this mean? It means it means that you must have tasks for the job description, duties, responsibilities, performed along with the skills, knowledge, and abilities to work. Okay, there are a lot of similarities between job description and job analysis here. They are very similar to each other. Okay, job description, but job description is more detailed about the job itself. Job description is a more detailed one, is more detailed one. So we have the job title, we have reports, the dates, the written and approved by. So this is the components of what does the job description consist of. What are the components mean the elements or the factors or the ingredients, the gradients of what it does consist of. Okay, like here, consist of what? Okay, so consist of what? This is the meaning of it. Consist of what? Or let me say here, and remove this S, and that's fine. Consist of what? I just want to put brackets here, and we are fine. So like this is clear now. Consist of what? Consist of the job title, reports, the date, and written and approved by. So this is the main points which it should be concluding in. Also still the summary and the duties and responsibilities. So always, every job has responsibilities. Responsibility means you are responsible about, I'm responsible about educating. I'm responsible about teaching. My authorities is just to give exams in time, and students who do not, I have to mark them, and this is my responsibility. Okay, students who, my authorities is to give the marks and to be fair in giving the marks. Job specifications, and this also is a part of the job analysis. So the job analysis is the broader term, and comes from there, comes the subs of the job analysis are the job description and job specifications. Both are coming out of, they are branches. They are branches of the job analysis. Please watch out. They are branches. The main title here is the job analysis, and the details are in the job description or in the job specification. Okay. What are the problems associated with the job description? Quickly become out of date because it's expired, like it's expired. That's the point. May not contain standards of performance. As example, on the job description, it might say, as example, let me say, I will produce from this, as example, from this calculator, 8 units a day. It's not written clear in the job description how many units I will produce from this one, right? Okay, this is the second part. Poorly written, using vague rather than a specific terms. Sometimes it keeps for you something vague or something you cannot understand. I mean, it's not very clear for you. In that case, so the point that poorly written using vague rather than specific terms. Vague means not clear. It might be understood as two meanings together. You cannot know what is the meaning of it. If this is what you meant or this is what you meant. You don't know. So sometimes this leads into stress and leads into conflict. And this conflict might cause you to be down in your morale, and then productivity will go down. Then you will make turnover. There will be a high turnover rate in this company because the people do not like to work in a place with a vague, with something unclear in front of them. When they ask someone, I don't know, you go and ask the boss. Then the boss, you will go to the boss, I don't know. You should just search it yourself. So this is a kind of vague because you don't know exactly what you are doing. So this is also another problem in the job description because it might not be clear then. may not address expected behavior, and can be the basis for conflict, including union grievances. So this is another problem. Yeah. Job description sometimes is not very detailed, like is not very detailed. By meaning of detailed, the description of it might be sometimes in a shortcut or in a summary. So you don't understand it very well. And this is another problem. Writing clear and specific description, and this is another point. Use statements that are concise. So for that reason, try always when you do the job description that the sentence is concise and very clear and is not double meaning to understand. Use action-oriented verbs and present tense. Don't talk about the past. Talk in the present. Job description must match job requirements. And this is very important point. There must be a matching between the job description and the job requirements. I need an engineer. This engineer with 10 years of experience in IT, it's very clear. The job description is included in the job requirement. Description is engineer, 10 years of experience in IT or in power or whatever. So this is also goes well with the job requirements. Legal considerations for job descriptions, uh, it must be binded to and related to the right legislations, okay, human rights legislations like the equity and non-discrimination. All this goes inside non-discrimination, equality, and feeling the equality in everything in the treatment, okay, no harassments included or just encouraging for harassments. Specific performance requirements based upon valid related criteria and appropriate and acceptable ways to describe a job. Those are the points which you have to be very aware of when you do a job description. Uses of information from job analysis. Okay, job analysis will give me informations for the purpose of, like we said before that the job analysis are the basement or the pillar of all the other jobs of human resource. You can consider it like the base or the construction, the basic construction, which comes all the human resource jobs stand above. So as example, recruitment and the selection, and those are all human resource jobs. Performance management, how to evaluate the people's work, how to evaluate their work, how this will goes like. Training and development, this is another point. And health and safety and compensations. Compensation means the pays. Because when I do a right job analysis, then the standard is right, then I will compensate, means I will pay wages in a right way. So this is wages. And pays in general, not only wages, all the pays. Rewards or motivations, incentives, all this goes inside the word compensation as well. So job analysis is a changing environment. Do you take in your consideration the changing environment in the job analysis? Do you take, as example, the global warmth, the unemployment rates? You take all these considerations while you're talking about the changing environment? Yeah, we have to care about it. So the future-oriented, strategy-oriented, competency-based approach, and living job role description. Those are very important. You have to care about the environment around you in all your decisions when you make. So even in the job analysis itself, you will produce green, right? You won't produce a product that will harm the environment, will increase the emission or the global warmth or whatever. You will produce a good, right productions in the right time. And at the same time, you will keep your environment clean. At the same time, you will not hurt the environment by increasing. By the word of the environment means it's the external environment and internal environment as well. So it's both the environments, internal environments, which is inside your own management, the manager and the employees. The external environment is all around you, whom you are dealing with in this society. So you have legals also, the environment, the external environment, including the legal environment, the political environment, the socio-economical environment, and all this you have to be aware of, and you have to cope with them and keep up with them, not to go on the in I mean, in an opposite way in dealing with all this. So uh, we'll go and watch this video again now. Here is the link. Please watch this video. And regarding the job description, take notes and we will be prepared to answer the following questions. Still, I'm telling you, this questions is for yourself. So yeah, what do we mean by job description? And what do we mean by what are the elements of job description? And try to find out also the drawback of the job description. I want you also to search the difference between the job analysis and job description. Which is the one who's wider? The wider. So we talk about the wider, and we said it's the job analysis because it including in more details. Job descriptions might be shortcuts, and this is one of its drawbacks because it might be in a shortcut. Uh, how about designing the job? It's in the first place, it is the responsibility of the manager and designed to achieve organizational objectives. And at the same time, well-designed jobs can also achieve employee goals. So this is a point that you have to pay attention to when you are designing any job, either skilled job, conceptual work-based job, or technical work-based job. You have to be very aware when you design the job of this point. Uh, so, is there any model I can use like a rubric when I put the job characteristics? The job characteristics, like its job contents or like a job description. Hmm? Are there any specifics that I should care about? Let's see this. First, the skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. The skill variety are you have to have for the nowadays also the challengings, the environmental challenges are more and more. It's not like 100 years ago. Today, the rapid change of technology, the globalization, and the world changing so fast, this necessitate a new kind of skill variety that every new employee should add it to your own company will possess. So skill variety, including as example, the skills of dealing with as example, the computer skills, the language skills, the conceptual skills as well. The awareness, the general awareness of what's around him in the environment, the ability to update himself always, because nowadays we have to update our knowledge. The world's changing so fast. The world changing so fast, and you have to cope up with this changing. Okay. Task identity. Yes, this is one of the characteristics. What am I doing? What is the job which I'm doing? Task significance, the importance of this task in relation to the importance of the whole units. Now I will, on this cup as example, I'm producing 8 cups of this a day. In my day hours on the 8-hour shift, I will make 8 cups, eight glasses like this. Okay, but I have to show you as well how many glasses in the factory I will produce a day. I will produce 10,000, then your share is 8 out of the 10,000. So I'm showing you the task significance, how far you are very important for me, because without you and without the other people, we will not produce. So, okay, autonomy means the independence. How far the job must be independent. How far must independent? Okay. Feedback means a system that I will know from it how is your performance like. I have to know the feedback. As example, I'm as a teacher. One of the characteristics of my job is the feedback is that my employer will know through the students and through the other colleague, my feedback means how I'm working, my performance level. All this should be known in the characteristics of the job. So now we will go to designing a work that enhances contributions. However, there must be a kind of cooperation, and there must be initiative characteristic for the job. The job must be including a sort of challenging means, because if it is not, there is nothing new in this job every day or whatever, then you will feel boring like. So you need a job which make you always keep on challenging, um, and it's giving you on the same time power to work by motivations, by feeling that your productivity is higher and higher, it's not going lower, that your productivity will go higher and higher over the days. So yeah, we have enhancing collaboration, enhancing synergy, employee empowerment. What do we mean by the word empowerment? The word empowerment means that I will give you like a sort of delegation, or I will give you the power to do this job, or I will let you do it the way you want to do it, like as example in management by objectives, MBO. So I leave for you the way, all the way up to do the job. I will tell you this is the task, and you are free to do it whatever, however you want, however you want. So this we mean by this empowerment. Empowerment means that you will do the job, and I will leave to you as a manager, I will leave to you as an employee the way out. It's your turn. Just do the job the way you want. Empowering means giving them the power. For what? For participation in decision making, for cooperating with the others, for feeling independent when you do the job, for respecting your ideas and taking it seriously. This all kind of empowerment. Okay. Usually the democratic leaders are giving more empowerment to their employees. Usually the democratic leaders are giving more or empowering more their employees. The ownership and the risk taking, the divisions of people are divided into risk taker and risk neutral and risk avoider. Those are the types of people. So job including risk, how far it's including risk. Okay. Information sharing, the job must be, if there is no sharing information in any job, then this organization or this company is close to failure more than it is close to success. The info or the information is the basics of today's life, is a basic of today's life, a very, very crucial for today's life. Because all decisions are based simply on the information. If there is no information, then how do you think this company will work? It will not work successfully. Okay, responsibility. We have one of the principles of Henry Fayol that's saying every authority has responsibility with the same amount or with the same degree. So you're responsible about something, I will give you also authority to execute this thing. As example, if I tell you, you have a dead due for your submission of your midterm quiz, and you didn't submit the midterm quiz, then the principal or the dean must give me authorities for, I don't want to say a word punishment, but in case that the students did not send or submit the exam on the date due, then he will be marked 0 or marked absent. So this is what we call responsibility and authority. Watch out that always the authority and responsibility are inseparable. they work together. They all together go on the same way. So if the authority is higher, the responsibility is higher. If the responsibility goes up, the authority will go up. Both are inseparable. Employees teams, groups of employees who assume agreed role in the production or service process. This is the employee teams. So in the work, there are team. Yeah, some teams are there for a purpose or for a task, to achieve a task, and they might be renewed or changing members of the team. We have the team is a group of people working together to achieve a task. This is what we call team, a group of people working together to achieve a task. Uh, the team can be self-managed. So, like as example, okay, if I tell you guys, now this textbook is 1,000 page. I want, we have 5 teams here. You can choose your team, whatever you want. We have 5 teams of students. We have 25 students. We'll divide them into 5 teams. They will be 5 teams. Then every team will be responsible to present a part of this 1,000 paper. So let's say we have 1,000 paper or 1,000 page, and the team, we have 5 teams. So every team will take 200 pages. Every team will have 200 pages. Okay, this is as a job, as an employer, as a boss, is my job. Okay, guys, you are free now to do the teams, to configure the teams, and to form the teams, and to form, everyone will take which pages. As example, this is team number 1, will take from page 1 to page 200. And this team number 2, they will take from page 201 to page 400. And this is team number 3, and etc. So on. So every team, inside the team, they will divide the pages. So every team, 200 pages, and the members are 5 members for each team. Then each member of the team will have 40 papers, will take 40 papers. When they are self-managed, like the words in front of you here, self-managed, that means that the team can run himself, and they can choose the pages. Everyone can choose whatever he wants from the 200 pages. As example, the first member will say, I will take from page 1 to page 40. Second one will say, I will take from page 41 into page 80. The third one will say that I'll take from page 81 to page 120. And the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. So that's how it goes on. So this is the points which I want to talk about here, is just the team can be self-managed when they do what I said just now. Everyone will do whatever he will select, but still we are responsible about presenting that. As a team, we are responsible about presenting the 200 pages. This is the word team. The role of management need to be clear, and expected measures and necessary skills, attention to organizational structures. And the structures, we have actually 2 kinds of structures. We have flat structures and tall structures. Tall structures is the classic way of the structures in organizations. But nowadays, we have the flat structure, which means that the horizon level is expanding. We don't have tall structures. Before this, it was narrow, the levels, and extended down. But now it is getting wider. Okay. Team leader versus managers. There must be a kind of cooperation between the team leader and the managers, because in the end, all of us are moving based on the Henry Fayol principle, which is unity of directions. So all must cooperate, the manager and the team leaders. They must cooperate in achieving the organizational goals. All of them must go in the same way in achieving the organizational goals. Future design of work. This is related to nowadays. What's happening today in the whole world? No traditional employment forms such a contract work or e-work. Use and convergence of socials, mobiles, and cloud computing technologies. So today, those are the works which look at now in the COVID time now. What's happening? We are teaching virtually. We don't teach in classes anymore. We are just teaching online. So this change because of the COVID. Okay. So like you see here, we are using mobiles, we are using cloud computing, and we are using simply the whole technology, the new technology, the updated technology in the world to communicate with each other whenever we are and wherever you are. Dynamic and fluid relationships. Dynamic relationships. It's not a static organizations like the way it was before. The jobs are not static like it was before. A part of it is dynamic. More attention needed in job crafting to ensure organization context and culture is part of the design. Nowadays, with the diversity and the mixed ethnics everywhere in work, it's time to pay more attention to the culture, because awareing of others' culture will reduce the conflict at work. When if I am aware of other people's culture who are working with me, then I will respect their own cultures. Then this won't be a vague for me, will not be a vague, but it will not be vague for me. It will be like clear points, and from there I can go. From there I can deal with my problems. But if you ignore others' culture, especially in the diversity environment, then you are closer to the failure more than you are closer to the success. I just want you today, at the end of our lecture today, just try to memorize without looking on your papers or without getting back to this video. What we talk about, it might be in the start itself is not familiar with this. I just want you to write down as example in your notebook. Don't submit it to me, just in your notebooks. I want you to write what you gain today. Then, after you write it down, go back for the video and go back for the PowerPoint slides and check out what we were talking about. Thank you so much and have a very wonderful day. Take care of yourself.